If you've ever built an electronic circuit, the chances are that you will have used one of these. It's a 2N2222. It's not the fastest, it's not the newest, and it's not the most powerful, but it's probably the most important transistor ever made. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at this really interesting transistor. I'll take a look at where it is today. I'll take a look at its history and its performance and the various versions that are available, revealing some fascinating and interesting facts about the transistor. And I'll also reveal some points that you really do need to take note of, so please stay tuned so you don't miss anything. The 2N2222 is often referred to as a jelly bean component. Why is this? It's because it's available from a variety of suppliers, it's everywhere, it's in a huge number of circuits, it's reliable, and most of all, it's absolutely as cheap as chips. It's the ultimate go-to general purpose NPN transistor. In fact, I've just discovered two in this simple multi-vibrator demonstrator I built some time ago. I used them because they were just what was available. So where did the 2222 come from? It didn't just appear. It was born during the peak of what may be called the semiconductor or bipolar transistor revolution. It was designed by an engineer called John Heinechen. I don't know whether that's how you pronounce his name, but he worked at Motorola, and it was first introduced to the world in 1962 at the IRE convention. So really, it's a little bit of an old-timer, but it's still very relevant today. Back then, it was an absolutely enormous breakthrough. It was a silicon NPN epitaxial planar transistor. In plain English, it was robust, it was easy to manufacture, it could handle high-speed switching and reasonable currents better than almost anything else at the time. Since 1962, it's estimated that many billions of these transistors have been manufactured. While it's not possible to get figures from all the manufacturers, including the clone manufacturers, historians widely believe that it is the most widely produced transistor ever, and probably the most important. So what performance did they provide? Well, without going into all the specs, the highlight parameters are a maximum collector emitter voltage of 30 volts, a current gain typically between about 100 and 300, an FT of 250 megahertz, a collector current of 800 milliamps maximum, power dissipation of 500 milliwatts in free air, and a saturation voltage of 1.6 volts. But check out a full datasheet for all the parameters for the particular manufacturer and device you're going to use, because there can be some variations. But wait, you've probably seen two main versions of this transistor, the 2N2222 itself and the 2N2222A. Are they the same? Well, the A version is essentially an improved model. The 2222A has a higher operating voltage, a better frequency performance, and a lower saturation voltage. And nowadays, if you buy a 2N2222, you're almost getting the A-spec version because it's much easier for manufacturers just to manufacture a single version of the transistor rather than having two. The classic 2N2222 or 2222A comes in a TO18 metal can, and this helps with the heat dissipation. But it's expensive to make, so very often these days we will see the plastic encapsulated version, the PN2222. The plastic version uses basically the same silicon die, but it's inside a much cheaper plastic package, typically the TO92. It's basically the same performance, although the power dissipation is less because of the plastic package. Often you'll see these plastic packaged transistors labelled as 2N2222s, whereas in actual fact they really have the same spec as the PN2222 or 2222A version. But beware, there's also the P2N2222 around as well. I'm not talking about the PN2222, it's the P2N2222. And this has a little surprise that's waiting to catch the unwary user. The P2N2222, most famously manufactured by On Semiconductor, was a version of the 2222, but it had a mirrored pinout. The PN2222 is EBC, looking at the flat side, whereas the P2N2222 is CBE, again looking at the flat side, and this is reversed. So the motto is always, always check the data sheet. If you swap a standard 2222 for a P2N2222 without checking, then you could be in for a big surprise. But to look on the bright side, even today in the world of complex integrated circuits, advanced MOS devices, IGBT, silicon carbide, gallium nitride, the 2N2222 still survives. Indeed, it actually thrives and it's useful today. It's even available in surface mount versions. There's the MMBT2222, which is in a SOT23, and the PZT2222 that's in a SOT223 package, so it's still useful in modern designs. The transistor in whatever format remains a go-to for many circuits, for driving LEDs, switching relays, or acting as a simple preamp. It's reliable, it's predictable, and it's a piece of history, and best of all, you can buy it for next to nothing. Now, a quick word of warning when you use the 2222 in your designs. While the transistor is a great workhorse, it has, shall we call it, a feature you need to be aware of. And like all transistors, it has current gain falloff. In the datasheet, you'll see that the HFE, or current gain, is specified at a certain collector current. But if you try to drive the transistor to its absolute maximum of 800 milliamp, and you'll find that the current gain of the transistor isn't constant for all levels of collector current, as you see here, and it drops off at either end, and particularly for high levels of current. If you're switching a relay or a high current power LED, don't rely on high current gain at high current. You'll need to treat it as a switch, driving the base hard, rather than trying to use it as a linear amplifier at those high current levels. So next time you reach for an NPN transistor, give a nod to the engineers at Motorola in 1962. They built a real legend. Oh, and also don't forget the 2N2907, the complementary PNP transistor. But that's a story for another video. And if you found this video useful, then please watch some more of my videos, like the one you see here.